Yeah, the story was really the first quarter. Obviously, they jumped out to a 20-point lead, but great credit for our guys that came off the bench to start that second quarter. We started turning them over. We got back in the game. We made a big run, and then it was pretty much even the rest of the game. But like when you had to overcome a 20-point, that's a big hill to climb. Give them credit. But I loved our resiliency. I loved our fight, and I loved our response after that.
What did you see in the fourth, where you guys got into the fourth close, and then they managed to...
Give them some credit. They made some threes. Some of those were contested. You got to give them sometimes the other team credit. We were in right spots. We can close out to their shooters. They made some of their shots. So give them some credit on that.
And what who was the person who inspired the defensive intensity there in the second quarter?
Yeah, I think Malaki and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪, Marvin, that group, those guys really gave us some great energy. They were getting in the passing lanes, getting steals. I thought they gave us a great boost off the bench tonight.
At halftime, I asked TJ about the run that you guys went on to, and he said it was mainly just the energy and the effort that shifted the biggest in that second quarter. Would you concur with that? And also with that second unit group of guys that you just mentioned, how is it that they're able to kind of see it and just turn it on when it's necessary?
I think they just took the challenge they saw. We weren't happy with what we did in the first. And credit to those guys who were out there during that stretch. They really turned up the pressure, and that got us back in the game. So credit to them.
What did you like of the minutes that you got from Malaki tonight? I mean, he was quite efficient for you, not just defensively, but as well, too, gave you guys a nice spark offensively.
Yeah, I think his defense really got him going, and then he was obviously able to get downhill, get into the paint, attack some of their switches there in the second half. Yeah, he really had a nice game for us. Big boost off the bench.
You showed a lot of trust in Keyshawn in that third quarter when you picked up that fourth foul, then got into a little tete-a-tete with 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓𝗪 DeRozan. What is it that he's able to now play through the physicality, the fouling, and just keep his composure to be able to have that trust from you?
There's great lessons to be learned in all these type of games. Like you're going to unfortunately get in some games where you have some trouble. Can you play smart? Can you play through it? Can you still be efficient and still defend? Those are great lessons for him. So I trust him with that stuff. I thought he was good out there when he got that fourth. He continued to play the right way, continued to defend. Those are things that you can learn, and that was a good lesson for him tonight.
Coach, Keefe, I got to ask you before the game, though, your first-round pick out of Illinois, 𝗦𝗢𝗢𝗪𝗓.
Yeah.
Just played his 32nd game, so you guys are definitely committed to his development there. Just want to get a little thought from you of how he's been doing thus far.
He's been great. He's got a great feel for the game, as you can see. Playmaker, ability to crash off the boards, makes passes. Obviously, you can see the scoring ability he has from all levels. He was part of that group. He hit a couple threes during that stretch tonight. But we've been really pleased with his development. He's had a nice start to his year.
You consider him a 3 or a 4 or a 4 or 3?
This is a wing who can handle and make plays, kind of a playmaker for us, a great processor, a great decision maker. So I would just consider him like a wing.
And what's some of the things that you'd like him to work on, going forward?
I think it's for all young guys who are, again, just trying to establish themselves in the NBA. They're learning all this stuff through the fire of playing. Learning our coverages, learning our schemes defensively. I think he's growing with those things, learning how to pick his spots, where to read stuff offensively. So these are just great experiences for him. He's been really positive for us, and he'll continue to grow with this.
I know you mentioned the limiting the turnovers in the second quarter. I also wanted to ask about how you guys adjusted to when they went zone. It seemed like it caught the guys off guard at first, but then you started to see the movement and the cutting. Was that also just part of just not turning the ball over for yourself?
The best way to beat any zone is to get stops. I mean, we struggled a little bit at the end of the first quarter, but we were taking the ball out of the net. When you get stops, you can turn people over, you can get easy baskets. And then our guys found a rhythm. They learned how to attack it. They saw the angles, and then we were able to get good shots versus it.
Brian, what did you see on the double technical play with Keyshawn?
I actually didn't see it. So I didn't see what happened underneath the rim. So obviously I'll take a look after the game at that.
The physicality that we brought off the bench, me and 𝗙𝗢𝗪𝗓𝗪, I feel like we kind of turned the game around, and then everybody else started to follow. And that's all we can do is just come in and pick up where the starters left off and just bring energy off the bench. So I feel like we did a good job at that.
When you guys give a team that big of a lead, but then just mentally sticking with it,
Yeah.
what does it tell you guys as a team and a unit that you guys were able to withstand what they were doing, but slowly just get yourselves back into it?
Yeah, it's a 48-minute game. So we're gonna make runs. They're gonna make runs. But as long as we withstand that run, we can always get back into a game. It's a long game. So as long as we don't put our head down and just keep doing what we're doing, we're gonna end up getting back in the game.
From an offensive standpoint, you were quite efficient yourself as well too. What were you able to see that you were finding the angles, picking your spots within the flow of the offense?
Yeah, just being aggressive and knowing I can get to my spots. I think that's the big thing. And also just playing off guys and just reading the defense. I felt like I could attack some of the slow bigs and get to the rim, and that's what I did. So, it was good.